Welcome back to YDG Cowboys. And of course, the YDG stands for You're Doing Good Cowboys. What y'all think about that Washington Commanders barbecue chicken feast that we had on Thanksgiving? We did what we were supposed to, right? All right, let's talk about was Kellen Moore a thing? Is he a thing? Was it? Because if you look at what's going on with Dak Prescott, he's in the MVP discussion, right? He's in the MVP discussion. And last year when we did have Kellen Moore, let's look at 2022. Dak had a total of 2,800 yards, 23 touchdowns, and 15 interceptions with Kellen Moore, and a passing rating of 91 passing rating. And now, just in week 10, he's right at 2,900 yards with 23 same touchdowns. This is week 10 with 6 interceptions and 107 passing rating. He's leading the league right now in passing rating. So was Kellen Moore really a thing? I mean, let's think about it. Look at what the Chargers are doing right now. Well, they're 4-6. 4-6. They losing close games. He's not letting his defense rest. So it's got to be something, right? It's got to be something. So let's just see. I mean, Dak, he was on fire. He hit 4 different targets. Rico Dowdle got a touchdown. Brandon Cooks got a touchdown. Devontae Turpin got a touchdown. And also CeeDee Lamb. And of course, I know you've seen that teardrop pass that he did over the middle with Jake Ferguson going up the seam. That was nasty. I know. So it's got to be something. But we're not going to harp on that. And we already know it has to be Kellen Moore. We're not even going to harp on that. We're going to move on. It's just a quick recap, what I thought and what my impressions was about the game. Dak, I mean, he was, again, brilliant. 331 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, I think. 142 passing rating. I mean, Jake Ferguson didn't really do nothing, but he had one pass that's what I was talking about, up the seam for 35 yards. And that was pinpoint accuracy for Dak. So it was, you got to give it to him. Dak was on a roll. CeeDee Lamb didn't really do nothing. I mean, well, he had 4 receptions for 53 yards, but he was averaging about 13 yards per carry. I mean, so he spread the wealth. I mean, he got CeeDee Lamb involved. CeeDee didn't really blow up like he normally does. He didn't really have his 100-yard game, but they was keying on him. They was sending a safety over the top. They was doubling him a lot. So that's the reason why a lot of these other players got involved. Turpin, Jalen Tolbert, a lot of those guys got involved. So CeeDee had, I think he was averaging about 13 per reception with 4 receptions. He had 1 touchdown also. Turpin, even with Kellen Moore, let's talk about Kellen Moore again. Even with Kellen Moore, we had Turpin then, but he never used him. Let's think about this. We had Turpin on our team last year, but it was never used. We had Jalen Tolbert on our team last year, but it was never used. And right now the Chargers are struggling. So it has to be a thing, a major thing. And I think Jimmy Johnson today was talking about maybe firing the head coach. I don't think it's the head coach. I think it's the remnants of Kellen Moore. So Turpin had a beautiful pass of 34 yards down the seam for a touchdown. Speedster. Get him more involved. We have to. And like I said, folks, this is not going to be just going to be this is just like a quick recap on what I thought the game was. Again, we kind of started off a little slow. The Commanders, they were playing pretty decent defense. Our run game started coming around a little bit better. But There's one person I've got to give recognition to, because he is the best corner in the league right now, and that's Deron Bland. And I say Deion because of Deion Sanders. So he's representing big time. Now, with Deron Bland, he has 7 interceptions for the year right now. 7. He just broke a record. 5 pick sixes. 5 in NFL history. And he's only been playing, I think last year he only started a half a season. So he's got 12 interceptions for a year and a half worth of playing time. Diggs done awesome. I mean, he broke records also with those interceptions. But Bland already is leading him per game in interceptions. So let me just tell Shaq Leonard this. If you want to come to a team that's polarized, like America's team, and have the most takeaways in the league, don't be goofy. You need to come to these boys. So I'm telling you, he can play around and think about going to the Eagles if he wants to. That's fine. Or he cannot be goofy and come to the most polarized team in the world. And also, we're coming. We're going to beat Seattle. We're going to beat the Eagles. And that's where it begins. So what do y'all think, Cowboy Nation? Y'all ready? It's about to happen. I'm telling you. I just have that feeling. All right, Cowboy Nation, YDG, stand up. Cowboy Nation, stand up. Thanks for all the subs. Please make sure you sub. Sub, like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to grow this channel. Let's do this. I'll holler at y'all later.